I remember how she lit the room. Her voice would chase away the gloom. But now it's just a softer shade of something warm that's slowly frayed. I close my eyes, I try to hear, but laughter won't come anywhere. I forgot the way she laughed, like losing part of photograph. The edges blur, the tone won't land, like holding smoke with empty hands. I once replayed it every night. Now echoes fade beyond my sight. I forgot the way she laughed, and that's the part that hurts the half. I still recall the way she cried, the silence when we let it slide, the joy, the sound that made her hers, now lost inside the time that blurs. I'd trade the words we left unsaid to hear her laugh again instead. I forgot the way she laughed. No tape, no trace, no aftermath. Just silence where the music played, and shadows where the light once stayed. I hum old tunes we used to share, but none can bring her laughter there. I forgot the way she laughed, and it's a grief I never grasped. Some say the heart remembers true, but even hearts can lose their hue. And what remains, we cling to tight until it slips into the night. I forgot the way she laughed, but not the way she left her scarf, or how she danced across the floor, or leaned against the open door. Yet all the joy that made her mine.
I wrote it down in sleepless nights, with shaky chords and bathroom lights. Each line a breath I couldn't share, each note a thread of silent care. It waited quiet on my tongue, but courage died while we were young. A song I never played for her, just ink and strings and whispered blur. It sat inside my chest too long, afraid she'd hear and prove me wrong. I meant to sing, I swore I would, but silence felt misunderstood. A song I never played for her now echoes where I can't convert. She knew my voice from drunken tunes, from campfires lost in summer Junes. But not this one, not this refrain that held her name like summer rain. I tuned my heart, I laced the bridge, then left the truth on window's edge. A song I never played for her, like petals trapped in amber blur. She left before the chorus bloomed, and all my verses stayed in tune. Now every chord feels like alive when sung beneath an empty sky. A song I never played for her still waits where time cannot deter. If I had sung it soft and slow, would she have stayed? I'll never know. Some melodies are born too late and held too tight to change the fate. A song I never played for her still haunts these strings I can't differ. It follows me through every room, a silent hymn, a shadowed bloom. And though she'll never hear it play, it's hers in every note I fade. A song I never played for her now sings of all I never were.
I brewed the pot just like before. 2 mugs aligned near kitchen drawer. I set the plates without a thought, by habit more than love I fought. The chair across still faced my own, as if her ghost had never flown. The table set for 2 again, a ritual I can't suspend. The one chair stays untouched, unused. The gesture keeps my heart confused. I pour her tea, then watch it steam, pretending life is what it seemed. The table set for 2 again, like love that can't be told to end. The napkin folded just her way, the silver set in quiet gray. I hum a tune she used to sing while sugar waits for stirring things. And though I know she won't appear, I hear her smile when no one's near. The table's set for 2 again. It knows the ache I won't defend. I slice the bread, I count the crumbs, like she might come before night comes. The meal grows cold, the light turns thin. still I leave her portion in. The table set for two again, a silent toast to what had been. They say to clear the place and move, but some goodbyes just won't approve. This daily act, this quiet grace, still holds the warmth her hand would trace. The table set for two again, a holy lie I don't amend. Though morning tells me she is gone, I said it just to carry on. And if someday I break the chain, I'll miss the ache, I'll miss the strain.
The clock had stopped at 2:03. The moon hung low behind the tree. No cars, no wind, no shifting floor, just shadows stretching from the door. I sat alone, the house asleep, when something stirred inside too deep. I found her in the quietest hour. No voice, no shape, no scented flower, just presence like a softened breath, too whole for ghosts, too still for death. She touched the edge of who I am, and suddenly I gave a damn. I found her in the quietest hour, and time stood still to grant its power. The light was off, the air was cold, but in that hush, her hands took hold. She didn't speak, she didn't move, yet every ache began to soothe. She sat where once her pillow lay, and smiled like dawn in muted gray. I found her in the quietest hour, not flesh or bone, but blooming flower. A hush that hung beneath my skin, like lullabies from deep within. No photograph, no trace to find, just echo dancing through my mind. I found her in the quietest hour. When grief gave grace a final bower, some love returns not in the silence hums its sacred song. She comes to prove she's never gone. I found her in the quietest. You came with sunrise on your skin, a warmth that melted doubt within. We drank the light like morning wine. No past to chase, no need to define. The birds had barely learned their song, but we were fire, though not for long. We were just a morning long, a verse too short, a fading song, like mist that lives before it's noon, a whispered love beneath the moon. No promises, no painted fate, just breathe and touch before too late. We were just a morning long, and that was all, and that was strong. You smiled like windows taking the sun, then vanished when the day begun. No fights, no storms, no bitter end, just silence where the light had been. Your name still hums in waking breeze, trails and shade beneath the trees. We were just a morning long, a page that didn't need belong. No final word, no reason why, just gold that kissed and said goodbye. And though it passed, I can't let go of how it felt to briefly glow. We were just a morning long, but every dusk still sings that song. Some loves are novels long and wide, but ours just touch the rising tide. It didn't stay, but still it shined between the hours, the sun aligns. We were just a morning long, no right, no wrong, no place we'd throng. Yet something in that fleeting gleam still feels more real than any dream. And though you're gone, the light remains inside my breath, beneath my veins. We were just a morning long, but oh how bright, how full, how strong. She walked away with morning light, with every shade of blue in sight. The clouds stood still to let her pass, while I just watched through fogged up glass. She didn't cry, she didn't turn, just left with all the sun I'd earned. She took the sky, I took the rain,
She wore the breeze, I held the pain. She drifted off in painted hues, I stood beneath in soggy shoes. And though the world kept turning through, it split in gray and baby blue. She took the sky, I took the rain, two halves of one unspoken strain. She hummed a tune the wind would keep, while I sang low, too drenched to sleep. Her footprints vanished with the breeze, mine puddled deep beneath the trees. She flew where summer dares to go, I stayed where only cold things grow. She took the sky, I took the rain. She chased the clouds, I kissed the pain. The thunder never said her name, but echoed softly, just the same. And every time the lightning strikes, it flickers in the parting lights. She took the sky, I took the rain, and neither side can quite explain. Maybe love can't live in one, if one is shade and one is sun. We burned too bright, then broke apart, and fell into our chosen part. She took the sky, I took the rain, two stories split from one refrain. And though I wish we shared the air, some hearts are just not built to pair. So when it storms, I sing her name, and let the drops recall the flame. She took the sky, I took the...
I played that song wrote from '92, the one she loved in shades of blue. But halfway through the second line, her memory stole back what was mine. Each pause, each breath, each chord I chose, her name fell soft between the notes. Her name fell between the notes, not loud, not sharp, but how it floats. A whisper hidden melody, a ghost inside the harmony. Though I don't speak it anymore, it lingers in the minor four. Her name fell between the notes, and I can't play that song remote. She used to hum just half a beat, off time but always bittersweet. Now when I strum that fragile string, it's not the chord, but what it brings. a silence thick, a space that grows, where once her laughter used to glow. Her name fell between the notes, in arrest and bends and distant throats. In every song that I avoid, she echoes back in every void. And though my voice won't sing her sound, she's in the hush that wraps around. Her name fell between the notes, and silence sings what love once wrote. Some names don't fade, they just transform from spoken word to something warm, like shadows in a minor scale, or breeze beneath a storm-bound sail. Her name fell between the notes, and no crescendo ever floats. So when I write a brand new line, she slips inside the in-between time. A harmony I can't erase, that haunts the quietest embrace. Her name fell between the notes, and still my hands remember those. The chair still sits by a window pane, its wooden arms worn smooth with rain. She used to curl with book in hand and draw small suns in morning sand. Now no one's there to sip the steam, but every dawn repeats the theme. Where she sat, the light still leans through golden blinds and quiet beams. It hits the floor the way it did when she would smile and close the lid. Thoughts too wide for words to share, but sunlight knew her better there. Where she sat, the light still leans, a silent shrine in daily scenes. I tried to move the chair one day, something in me said it'd stay. The dust it gathers feels like proof of time gone soft beneath the roof. And though her scent has long since fled, the morning air still paints her stead. Where she sat, the light still leans, a touch of grace in between. No photograph, no faded thread, just golden hush where she once read. And though the house forgets her name, the sun remembers just the same. Where she sat, the light still leans like memory through window screens. Some leave without a sound or scream,
she sat, the light still leans. Each morning's echo reconvenes. And though I wake to just a chair, she's always partly sitting there. No need for voice or scent or touch.
She didn't stay, she didn't try, just touched my life and passed me by. Like sunlight on a passing train, too brief to name, too bright to frame. But ever since the colors bend, as if she taught the day to end, passing through her light, the shadows turned polite. She didn't stay, but changed the tone of every room I walk alone. No fire, no fight, just passing through her light. And I'm still warmed by what she's shown. She said so little, smiled so wide, left no regrets, left no goodbye. But something in the way she breathed rewrote the air, then quietly left. Now morning finds my window bare, yet golden with her not quite there. Passing through her light, like dusk that holds the night. She wasn't mine, she wasn't lost, but gave me peace without a cost. No claim, no right, just passing through her light. And somehow that still feels like flight. Some people blaze, some leave a mark. She lit the corners of my dark. No need for names or photographs, just how the day now gently laughs. Passing through her light, she changed the world in slight. And though she's gone without a trace, the warmth remains an empty space. No wrong, no right, just passing through her light. And I still see the world that way. The room was still, not even air, just faded light and empty chair. No ticking clock,
no whispered sound, yet something moved without a bound. I stood so still, but deep inside, the hush was where she used to hide. Stillness felt like her, the way she used to stir, without a step, without a word, like silence only she preferred. No breath, no blur. Stillness felt like her, and every quiet cried her name. I reached for books she used to read. Their pages slept, but seemed to bleed. The walls exhaled a softer shade, like echoes she herself had made. She wasn't there, and yet so near. Inside the quiet I could hear. Stillness felt like her, a presence lost in blur. She didn't knock, she didn't stay, but stilled the noise in her own way. No touch, no spur. Stillness felt like her, and every pause became her claim. Some people live in moments aloud. She lived inside the drifting cloud, not meant to last, not meant to leave, but held in hush that makes you grieve. Stillness felt like her, the way light finds the fair, the way the night begins to sigh, without a need to ask why. She's gone for sure, yet stillness felt like her. And now the silence says goodbye. The clouds had wept and wandered on. The thunder stilled, the storm was gone. The streets lay glassed in silver sheen, a quiet world scrubbed cold and clean. I stepped outside, the sky was pale, and every drop told me her tale. After the rain fell, the silence had a spell, like all the tears we never shed, just waited there on rooftops' head, no words to yell. After the rain fell, her name came softer than farewell. Flowers bowed with heavy grace, as if they'd seen her fleeting face. The gutters hummed a lullaby, and I remembered how she'd cry. Not loud, not sharp, just like the breeze that lingers long on shivering trees. After the rain fell, I knew too much to tell. The air still held her citrus tone and made the breeze feel not alone. Each puddle swell. After the rain fell, reflected things I shouldn't dwell. Some love is thunder, bold and brief. Some love is what comes in relief. Not the storm, but what remains. The scent, the hush, the water stains. After the rain fell, she passed too light to quell. No storm could wash her fully clean. She stayed beneath each in-between, in sky, in shell. After the rain fell, I knew I'd never break her spell. I didn't fight the silent room. The air had carved a kind of tune, but not for death, not grief too loud, just space where she no longer bowed. I sat and let the daylight fade, felt the shape that silence made. The quiet took me like rain takes stone, not with a crash, but slow and known. It didn't ask, it didn't plead, it just became the way to be. No voice, no key. Quiet took me, and there somehow she stayed with me. I found her breath in stillborn hours, in dust that danced on window flowers. She wasn't gone, she wasn't near. She lived in pause, not sound or tear. And every sigh I used to stall now answered like a ghosted call. The quiet took me with patient hands. No tide, no storm, no bold just hush where memories unfold, like paper thoughts too soft to hold. No need to flee. The quiet took me and wrapped her name around my sleep. Some try to fill the empty space. I chose to let it show took me, and I gave in. Not loss, not lack, but soft within. I closed the door, turned off the light, and found her there without a fight. No need to see. The quiet took me and made her absence feel complete. She left like dusk behind the trees. No wave, no word, no final keys. The sky turned gray but said no why. Just watched her silhouette slip by. I searched the roads, the open gate, but nothing stirred or bent to fate. Nothing pointed her home. No signs, no stars to roam. No footprints on the morning grass, no echo down the underpass. The wind just moaned, but nothing pointed her home. She left like she was never known. The porch light burned for 7 days, then flickered out in smoky haze. I wrote her name in window steam, but time erased my quiet dream. The map we made is torn and bare, each line a thread that leads nowhere. Nothing pointed her home. No letters call or poem. The birds returned but not her eyes. The sky forgot to sympathize. The world had grown, nothing pointed her home. She walked past places love had sown. Some roads are drawn in one direction, some hearts don't turn toward reflection. I stood too long at every bend and found no trail and no pretend. Nothing pointed her home. No voice behind the phone. No reason left to mark the year, just silence where I strained to hear. So now I've known that nothing pointed her home. Maybe she was never home. She stood there quiet, facing east, where morning light gave shape to peace. The window caught her silent stare before I knew she wasn't there. It saw her fingers trace the pain, like part of her was glass and rain. The window watched first
before the goodbye burst. It saw her fading in her pose, the way she leaned against her lows. No scream, no thirst. The window watched first and knew the end before the verse. I thought we had another week, but pains don't lie and glass can speak. It shimmered soft, it dulled its hue, as if it grieved the coming rue. While I made plans and warmed the room, the window bore her coming gloom. The window watched first, its silence unrehearsed. It knew the weight behind her gaze, the way she packed her soul in haze. No break, no burst. The window watched first. It learned of leaving unreversed. Some doors may lock, some stairs may creak, but windows always softly speak. They catch the things we dare not see, reflections not for you or me. The window watched first, then let her shadow disperse. I found her gone, the glass still warm, still shaped like her departing form. No curse, no worst. The window watched first, and I was just the one she cursed. They say the heart still keeps a trace of every smile, of every face. But in this room where we once lay, not even shadows choose to stay. The air is flat, the floor is dry, no whispers left, no echoes cry. Even her ghost fled. No hauntings in my bed, no creaking floor, no candle dim, no distant hum of phantom hymn, just space and dread. Even her ghost fled, like memory too tired to tread. I called her name into the night, but silence swallowed all the light. No chill upon the window pane, no voice that trembles in the rain. She didn't linger, didn't stay, not even dreams come through this way. Even her ghost fled, left not a thread.
wisely chose instead. Some leave a mark in time's long spine, but she erased both hers and mine. I search in places most forget, but all I find is blank regret. Even her ghost fled. No visions overhead, just stillness deep enough to drown. No flickers dressed in tattered gowns, no voice I've wed. Even her ghost fled and left this house too dead to dread. I wrote her name on notebook lines with ink that blurred through crossing times. It used to shine with golden grace. Now every letter hides a face, and when I speak it, it feels wrong, like echoes tone that stay too long. Shadows under her name, no fire left, no flame, just shapes of what I can't recall. The rise and fall of nothing small, no claim to fame, just shadows under her name, and silence deeper than the blame. I carved her name beneath a tree. It used to mean the world to me, but now the bark has swallowed deep. Each curve decayed, each vow asleep, and still I stand with open palms, but hold no voice, no heat, no qualms. Shadows under her name, like footprints drowned in rain. No photograph could draw her whole, just blurred out lines where time took toll, too dim to frame. Just shadows under her name, and I don't whisper it the same. Some names survive in songs and stone, but hers just left me more alone. A word once bright with breath and spark now barely stirs the quiet dark. Final battles under her name is all that still remains. No syllable can bring her back, no melody can fill the crack. Just dusk, no flame, shadows under her name, and I forgot the way she came.
We sat in chairs too close to speak. The floorboards sighed beneath our feet. The tea had cooled, the clock stood still. No sound to chase, no voice to fill. The distance wasn't in the miles, but in the weight behind our smiles. Until the quiet sank like rain in riverbank. We didn't shout, we didn't cry, just watch the daylight wander by. No plan, no prank, until the quiet sank and took us both without a flank. The radio had lost its tune. The curtain swayed a sleepy swoon. She looked at me, then looked away, like words were ghosts that dared not stay. No candles burned, but still we knew that silence does what flames can't do. Until the quiet sank, we drifted slow and blank. Our fingers curled but didn't meet, like songs unfinished, incomplete. No draw, no yank, until the quiet sank and love went down without a thank. Some say the end comes loud and wide, but ours just slipped beneath the tide and left us standing side by side, like strangers in a shrinking ride. Until the quiet sank and left our ledger blank. No ink, no echo, just a hush that swept our names in one soft brush. No act, no rank, until the quiet sank and all that held us came uncranked. Felt it loosen in the breeze, the thread between her hand and me. A tug once tight, then slack with grace. No warning tone, no frantic pace, just one soft pause, a glance too long, and everything we stitched went wrong. When the thread slipped, it didn't crack or rip, just floated out of where it tied between our days and midnight rides. No tear, no grip. When the thread slipped, the world remained, but love it tipped. We didn't feel the final pull,
It left no scar, no broken spool. But seams we wore began to fray, and silence wore the words away. She smiled like someone half awake, and every step became a break. When the thread slipped, no vows were lost or flipped, just absence slowly filled the seams and blurred the edges of our dreams. No storm equipped. When the thread slipped, it left the frame but took the script. Some bonds don't snap, they simply slide and drift beyond the reach of pride. And though I reached, I couldn't trace where she had gone, what left her face. When the thread slipped, the lights began to dim, and though her hand was still in mine, it felt like cloth without design, too soft to grip. When the thread slipped, we let go without the slip. No creak beneath her heel that day, no curtain flinched to mark her way. The door still swung, the breeze was still, but something left against my will. She didn't whisper, didn't sigh, just faded like a winter sky. She closed without sound, no echo to rebound, no clatter of a final word, no silence sharp enough to hurt, just ground unbound. She closed without sound and left the air too still to drown. Her cup remained a ring of tea, but nothing else stayed near to me. The clock hands kept their rigid pace, but every tick forgot her face. And though the lamp still lit the frame, spoke her name. She closed without sound, like snow upon the ground. No warning wind, no trailing coat, just absence soft enough to float, call profound. She closed without sound, left me where no noise is found. Not every end comes with a chord, some simply step beyond the board. And what is gone without a trace, his heart is still dead place. She closed without sound, no goodbye to expound. just vanished in the breath between two thoughts too tired to convene. No shout, no crown. She closed without sound and took the world that spun around.
The chair still leans the way she sat, a sweater draped, forgotten flat. The coffee stain beneath her name still circles like an old refrain. She left, but not with a lock or seal, just faded into what was real. The memory left open, no hinge, no word was spoken, just pages flutter in the air of moments hanging half aware, not torn, not broken. The memory left open, like hearts too soft to say it's over. The photo frames still face her side, as if she stepped out just to hide. The scent remains upon the bed, like stories paused but never read. And every door she once passed through still waits like something love once knew. The memory left open still leans on what's unspoken. No curtain pulled, no final chord, just echoes dressed in soft accord. No token, no omen. The memory left open, a vow unsaid, a truth unchosen. Some leave with weight, some leave with light, but she just left the switch at night. And now the dark feels not quite done, as if she might return for one. The memory left open, like sky that won't be woken. It holds me here between two frames where silence whispers half her name. No tear, no motion. The memory left open, and time forgets how to begin. She almost spoke, I almost stayed. The moment carved, but not yet weighed. Her lips began a fragile line, then folded back like closing time. No clock had chimed, no glass had rung,
but something deep inside unsung. In the pause between what is and might have been, we stood like echoes out of place, too close to speak, too far to trace. No scene, no screen. In the pause between, we lost what silence can't redeem. The light was soft, the room held still. The window breathed against the sill. Her shadow touched the edge of mine, but neither dared to realign. The truth was near, but not yet named, so we just stared and left it framed. In the pause between, no lies, no sweet routine, just tension thin as autumn's air, where words were ghosts that wouldn't dare. No loud machine. In the pause between, we watched the quiet intervene. They say love ends with storms or sighs, but ours dissolved in still goodbyes. Not said aloud, not marked in ink, just slipped beneath the floor, I think. In the pause between, the world turned evergreen, but not for us, we stayed in gray, afraid to leave, too faint to stay. No king, no queen. In the pause between, we left and never broke the scene.
She left no mark upon the chair, no scent of jasmine in the air, but stillness swept across the floor and painted shapes I can't ignore. No colors loud, no canvas white, just shadow sketches in the light. What the stillness drew was more than farewells do. It shaped the way the silence curled around the edges of my world. No clue, no cue. What the stillness drew was all she meant without a view. The mirror caught her not today, but framed the emptiness her way. A pillow leaned where dreams once fell. A lamp turned off but warm as well. Each quiet thing she never said now lives in corners of my bed. What the stillness drew was memory in you. Not in her voice, not in her name, and in the way the windows frame the love we knew. What the stillness drew were lines that time could not undo. Some endings ring like final bells, but others hum in softer spells. And when the room forgets her face, the silence sketches back her place. And what the stillness drew is all I still walk through. Not ghosts, not grief, just tender air that speaks of someone once so fair, too soft, too. What the stillness drew was her in everything I do.